Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with the next review of the Fangoria challenge. This time, Jason and I watched The Borrower. The Borrower is a 1991 horror film directed by John McNaughton. It's the second film we've reviewed during this challenge directed by him. The first was Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, and The Borrower was John's next film after that one. And, according to Fangoria, like Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, The Borrower is one of the 101 best horror movies you've never seen. This was initially planned as a 1988 release, but then when the original distribution company went out of business, The Borrower sat shelved for a couple of years before being released in 1991 by Cannon. That's right, The Borrower is a Cannon horror film. You can definitely see, too, that the movie was completed in the 80s. It has more of an 80s feel than a 90s vibe, in my opinion anyway. As punishment, a murderous alien is condemned to live as a human on Earth. The thing is, though, his outer human shell of a body doesn't seem to last long. Every time he self-destructs and literally tears out of his human skin, the borrower must borrow another body. Although it's not quite borrowing when the victims aren't getting their bodies back. The alien takes on new bodies by beheading his victims. He's literally a headhunter. And believe me when I say, this guy gets a lot of heads. As he rips the head off of each of his victims, he replaces it with his own. He then takes on the identity of that person. This makes his killing spree a lot trickier to solve. That's exactly what a pair of detectives are trying to do. The Borrower is much different than John McNaughton's previous film, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. This one is more of a sci-fi horror comedy. There was nothing funny about Henry. That movie is brutal. The Borrower is very unique in tone and in story. Jason and I both had a blast watching this one, and there are a lot of blasts in the movie. We get multiple head explosions, Scanners style. The practical gore effects are great. Interestingly, the villain in this almost becomes the main character in a way. He's the one we're following throughout the film. Rae Dawn Chong plays Diana Pierce, one of the detectives, and she's the female lead. Majan Amick, of whom I'm a huge fan, also has a small role. She's really young in The Borrower. The whole body swapping makes the movie super fun to watch. You never know the next victim and identity the borrower will take. As unique as it is, though, it did sort of remind me of another movie. My relatable recommendation, in fact. The Hidden. The Hidden was released in 1987, and on paper, the two movies have a very similar storyline. This one, though, is a lot more serious than The Borrower. There is another interesting connection. Majan Amick, who plays in The Borrower, was obviously famous for her role in Twin Peaks. Kyle MacLachlan, also of Twin Peaks fame, stars in The Hidden. This, by the way, is the 2-tape Anchor Bay VHS release that Jason actually sent me a while back. And the cover opens like that. Pretty cool. But have you seen The Borrower? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. And please be sure to check out Jason's review. Which movie will we be borrowing next from this book for the Fangoria challenge? Check back soon to find out. We usually upload these Fangoria challenge reviews on Sundays and Thursdays, but next week is Wild Eye Week. That means the next Fangoria challenge videos will not be uploaded until a week from this coming Sunday. But until then, please be sure to check out our Wild Eye reviews all next week. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.